YouTube? Curtain6693 here to bring you gaming and anime news, as well as anything that I find interesting. I know I have been on in almost like a month and a half. I've just been so busy with school. Haven't had time to really do anything. But I mean, I've been keeping up with everything. I know, PS4 is out, of course. Xbox One is out. I know, I think right now PS4 is still in the lead in sales. But I know there's been a lot of problems with the consoles. A lot of disc tray problems, server problems. Some features still aren't on the consoles, and that's a whole nother thing. But today I want to talk about something that I've kind of noticed that's been going on, and that's this thing in YouTube copyright. Apparently, I know YouTube's been working with Google and well, I think that don't they own Google owns YouTube? It's something like that. But basically, shorthand, there's basically been this huge copyright spike that's been going on in YouTube lately. Especially dealing with gameplay videos, like let's plays, walkthroughs, like showing content. And there's been this huge spike and this huge crackdown, and it's basically a lot of big YouTube channels like Angry Joe, I think Rad Brad, maybe even PewDiePie. There's just a bunch of big channels who have got a lot of video flags, and apparently if you get enough of those, they take your whole channel down. And a lot of these big gaming channels are trying to figure out, what are they going to do and how they're going to make their, their revenue and make their money with this huge thing in YouTube. And I know, Angry Joe has a video rant up. Review Tech has some videos up. There's some other medium to smaller channels that have been talking about this, and I don't show gameplay on my YouTube channel. I was planning to eventually, once things calm down in my own life, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, with this huge thing that YouTube's doing and all these copyrights and this Google Plus memberships and all this bullshit that YouTube has been we've been putting up with as far as YouTube lately. I really don't know, man. One thing I will have to say is I think this is a very bad idea. That you're hurting some of these bigger gaming channels, YouTube, because for one, when you really think about it, they're making you money. PewDiePie, everyone knows PewDiePie, pretty much the biggest gaming channel on YouTube, like 12, 13 million subscribers, something ridiculous, right? He's getting like millions of views per video, and it's like he's making you tons of money. I mean, Angry Joe, I think, hit about 1 million subscribers, or a couple million. He's hit 1 million subscribers not too long ago. Francis, hit a lot. I mean, you got Total Biscuit, you got a lot of people, and they're making you money, and you are flagging them down. And if you take down the channel, that's a huge portion of your profits cut. If you take all those big channels down, and the thing that I have to say to these gaming companies that's doing this, you have to realize that when people show walkthroughs and let's plays, it's not the same as watching a movie. If someone uploads a full movie to YouTube, that's understandable. Okay, that's understandable copyright. But a game is different because a game is about interaction. It's about control. That's why there's a controller. Watching a gameplay video or something is not the same as me actually playing the game. It's a whole different experience. In my opinion, they should be encouraging walkthroughs and let's plays because that is free advertisement for a game. I know if I made a game personally and people were showing gameplay videos on YouTube, I would say go ahead. Why? Because especially if it's a big channel, because I'm like, hey, that promotes my game. I'm not the one who has to pay them to do that. These gaming companies, you're not the one that's paying us, it's YouTube, right? So I don't understand why they're allowing these things to happen. It's just really ridiculous. We're advertising your product, right? Especially like Nintendo, and I've heard like Nintendo has been doing a lot of claims too. Like Nintendo, you of all people need it because no offense, but your advertising sucks to begin with. That's one reason why the Wii U is hurting right now. So you need all the advertisement that you can get. So if you want me to be truly honest with you, um, you need all the advertising you can get, and you need to be encouraging this. You need to be allowing these things to happen. And I think this really, really harms the YouTube community. Like, I know a lot of people are butthurt. A lot of people are. You have some people, that don't care, or they're just gonna go along with it. But I think we can all agree this is bad for the YouTube community. Um, this is really bad. I understand you're trying to go down on copyright, crack down on it, stop people from, putting stuff on YouTube that doesn't need to be there. That's understandable. But in my opinion, like, you're making what, billions of dollars off of these other honest channels, but you're gonna punish all of us just for those few that copyright. Look at Valve and Steam. Like, look at mods and tampering with games. Yeah, they encourage that. Why? Because all they say, as long as you buy the game, you can do whatever you want with it. They have a system that encourages it. And I even think, like, Valve, they said themselves, the only way to crack down on that type of stuff is to offer a service better than that. If you want to crack down on copyright and mods and different things like that in digital rights management and stuff like that, you have to provide a service that goes along with it or that supersedes it, if you know what I mean. Now, what can you guys do with it? I don't know. But what I'm saying is you need to put yourself in a position where it doesn't where it doesn't harm you. Or put yourself in a position where the gamers are happy and the YouTubers are happy and you're happy. You know what I mean? Because you guys are still making. In my opinion, I honestly wouldn't care about copyright if it was just up to me. Because in my opinion, if you're making billions of dollars, who cares about these few scattered people doing whatever? Go fuck it, do what you want. Because hey, as long as I get my money, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's what it should be. But yeah, like, this whole thing with YouTube is just out of hand. I hope that they listen to us and that things get sorted out, because this is really bad for a lot of people, and especially for me, because I subscribe to a lot of these bigger channels, to a lot of these review channels, a lot of these I don't really watch let's plays or walkthroughs, but I respect them. I go on YouTube to look up like if there's an achievement that I want to figure out how to do, I can find a video on YouTube of somebody doing it, and I can see how it's done. You know what I mean? Or just anything. You know what I mean? Like this, if you think this doesn't affect you, you're wrong. It does. If you are into YouTube in any sort of way, this affects you. So in my opinion, we all need to get together and say this is bullshit, because we know there are strength in numbers. We have already seen that with the Xbox One. In their own DRM politics. So we know that there are strength in numbers. We just need to band together and tell them that this is bullshit and they need to fix this. In other news, another big problem that I've been having with the industry lately is this whole push on microtransaction. I know lately there's been a lot of talk about it. A lot of talk about you like buying items, small items, in a video game, like I think Gran Turismo, I think maybe what is it, Angry Birds, GTA 5, and the thing that's upsetting people is the fact that now they say there's this huge rise in microtransactions and this is the future of gaming, and the problem that I have with that is you have these microtransaction purchases that cost more than the full value of the game. Like I heard, I think there's I don't know if it's Gran Turismo 6 and Forza Motorsport 5, but there's some game out there where it's like you buy a car that's like that costs like $150 or something like that. Then that's more than the full price of the $60 game, and that baffles me how that is so. And there's some things on Angry Birds where you pay $100, you get like the best item or some bullshit like that. And I think this is a terrible idea. Look at what happened at Capcom and all their DLC bullshit. Look, they're going down the toilet, because let's be honest, microtransactions is nothing more than mini DLC. And they're trying to push this idea of you buy a game or the game is free to play, and you pay a little bit of money and it helps you out with the game. That's fine. For free to play games, that is fine. The problem that I have well, for free-to-play games, the problem that I have with that is when you design the game in such a way to where you do not get the full experience unless you do microtransactions. For instance, Spartacus, the Spartacus game on Xbox Live Arcade, perfect example, free to play game, right? But the game has microtransactions in order to buy some of the better armor, or in order to buy the armor earlier than what you needed, than when you really need it. You have to pay gold, and the gold is rare. And the only way to get a huge thing of gold, you have to pay real money. Now you might think, oh, that's not that bad. You just slowly level up, right? Well, the problem is the game pretty much depends on armaments in your weaponry. Because if you don't have that, you can pretty much go down in like 2 hits. So, in order to level up to get gold naturally, it takes ages. So your natural tendency is to think, oh, I have to go buy some money for gold, and it's really difficult making it toward the arena, toward like the final big part of the game without getting these microtransactions. That's a problem. That's a problem that I have, is when you cannot get through a game, you cannot fulfill the full experience of a game without having without having to pay money. There's nothing wrong with having microtransactions to add on to your experience, but you should be able to enjoy the game at a basic level without having to deal with that. There's another game. What's that one game? Happy Wars. Happy Wars. I will admit though, I haven't paid a shit. I haven't played anything on that game, and I haven't played in a long time. But when I did play it, I enjoyed it. I got a full experience out of it, and most of the microtransactions were just basically extra pieces of armor to help you out. But you could still play the game. You could still level up and enjoy it without having to pay for those microtransactions. That's what microtransactions should be. That's what DLC should be as well. DLC should be adding on to the experience. DLC should not be giving you the full experience. It should add on to the full experience. That's what microtransactions and DLC should do. And in my opinion, microtransactions should not be in full price games. If you are already paying $60, or if you're paying retail price, or if you're paying full retail price for a game, you should not be having to pay extra money to get the full experience, right? You should, because what's the game where you pay like $150 for a car? I think it's Gran Turismo, or it could be more for most. It's one of those car games. Because I don't play car games, so I don't know. But you'd have to pay $60 for the game and like $100 or some dollars for the car. That's almost $200, right? It's like $150, plus whatever. That you're paying literally hundreds of dollars just so you can get the full experience out of the game. That is ridiculous. And anybody who pays for that is stupid as fuck. I'm sorry, you're stupid. Why would you pay for one thing in the game that's worth more than the game itself? It's dumb. And if we allow this to happen, imagine what this is going to do to games. Look at Capcom. They're going down. Look at what they did with Ultimate vs. Capcom, hiding characters all on the disc and making them DLC, releasing Ultimate and Ultra versions of a game which should have been in the original game, or could have just been DLC for the original game, but then they're making you pay more money for a whole new disc. Look at Ashura's Wrath. In order to get the real ending, you had to pay. It was DLC. What the fuck? DLC just to get the full ending of a game? No. These microtransactions and DLC, and I'll say it one more time, they should add on to the experience. They should not bring the full experience. They should add on to the experience. That is the difference. And this whole thing with this microtransaction is stupid. It's stupid and it's bullshit and it's bad for gaming. And this brings to another point. The gaming community, and the community in general, the media, gaming, everything, it's all about money now. It's all about consumerism. It's no longer about enjoyment, entertainment. It's no longer about the individual. It's just about getting money, buying products. Spending your money. It's retarded. It baffles me, and even like with the game Elder Scrolls Online, how you have to pay like $15 a month of subscription fee. Okay, that's one thing, because Bethesda even stated they wanted Microsoft to say, look, we're having them pay $15 a month for a subscription fee. So how about you allow them to play this game without gold? And Microsoft didn't budge. So you have to pay $60 a year. for gold, plus $15 a month for the subscription fee for Elder Scrolls. $15 a month times 12 months in a year. That's 180, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 180. That's $240 you have to pay just to play the game at a full experience for a year, just to basically play the game. That's $240. Crazy. And it really shows these companies are about money. They're about money. And then even with Sony, I've heard in the PS4, they're still missing features that they should have. I heard they don't even have a YouTube app yet. I mean, and my thing is, how are these next gen consoles next gen if they have less than what the previous consoles have? It's dumb to me. I don't understand. I really don't understand how the consoles just can bullshit. No, if this is next generation, why do they have less than what the previous thing had? If the iPhone 5 had half of the iPhone 4 would have, people wouldn't buy the iPhone 5. It's simple logic. And then you have all these games coming out that are incomplete, and like games like Battlefield 4, the servers suck. Shit's not working right. They've had like a half a dozen updates, since the game's been, I think even more than that, since the game's been released. Games with glitches everywhere, shit not working right. Just all of these different things that have been going on with the gaming industry is really sad. And it really showed that they're just about making money. They're about pushing for a release date. They're not about making sure a product is good for the consumer. It's just about spending money, and it's dumb to me, and it's stupid, and it is a waste of people's time. And things like this need to stop. YouTube, you gotta stop with these copyrights. Gaming industry, get better with these microtransactions DLC. Capcom, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you need to get your head out your ass as well. Everything is just been crazy lately, and it's not all bad. I mean there have been some good things that have been going on. But it's just that there's just a lot of bullshit that we've been having to put up with lately, and I just wanted to make a video and me getting back into this with you guys, and I'm gonna have some more videos in the future. I'm gonna be talking about Fast and Furious 7 and Paul, and I know about Paul Walker. He died tragic, and I'll be talking about that in a little bit too. And I want to talk about some updates and different things. So I'm back, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Curtain 6693 out.